What's good, y'all? We back again. She taking pictures of herself right now. Well, we supposed to be working, but instead we just waiting on her to finish taking pictures. Today we're going to be putting Alexis's wallpaper up on the wall. We're in her closet right now, and we're going to put the wallpaper up on this wall right here. It's made by RoomMates. It's called Nikki Chew Taupe and Black Peel and Stick wallpaper. This is how the wallpaper looks.
So it's kind of like a neutral patterned, like a timeless kind of look. I don't think neutrals are played out. I feel like muted neutrals, like everything is beige or everything is cream. But I'm going for like a chocolate, brown, cream, you know, throwing a variety in there. So
tools required.
We need a tape measure.
Yep.
A level.
Check.
Steel ruler or straight edge. Check.
This should get the job done.
It's gonna make it work. Razor knife.
You hear me?
Check. Pencil.
I gotta go find a pencil.
We got a pencil though.
Somewhere.
Plastic smoother.
You hear me?
Check. So we're 100%. Watch us work. Oh, hold on. How you holding the back? So it says, for best results, clean, dry, and smooth painted surfaces. Product will not adhere to unclean or textured surfaces. Before applying this peel and stick mural, allow 4+ weeks for newly painted surfaces to dry and cure. So this paint is old. So we're just going to take some soap and water, or, you know, and just kind of wipe it down.
It's not dirty though.
It's not, but it's probably like dust. We could take a dry towel. I'm gonna just take a big towel and just kind of wipe it down. Go get the stepladder. Separate each panel by cutting through the white space. Each panel is numbered and is labeled with the top and bottom. If needed, pre-cut strips to fit wall height. Allow an extra inch or 2 for trimming. I'm gonna give it over to Tedrin when it's time to cut and put on the wall. And see, that ain't my ministry. It's really pretty too. How many panels you want to cut starting out? 3? It says separate each panel by cutting through the white space.
Okay, so we need to do every single one of them basically. Begin by finding the center point of your wall. Use this mark to determine where the center panel should start. Divide the width of the panel in half. So let's take this step by step. So let's find the center point of the wall first. 143.5. You got good grades in math. What's that?
Shit, calculator.
71 1/4. 143.5 divided by 2. 71 3/4. 71 3/4.
It's gonna be a long night.
Use this mark to determine where the center panel should start. Divide the width of the panel in half. What's 18 divided by 2? 9.
See, y'all heard me. Measure this distance to the right of your center point.
So from here to the right, it wants 9 inches. All right, 9 inches is right here. Okay, now it says lay a level on this mark and draw a straight level vertical line. This is the guide of your first panel.
And it is very important for this guideline to be leveled.
So let's draw a vertical line on the second dot. This is the level I got. It has different ways you can, you know, level it out. But when I do vertically, I use this one up here. You want to lay it right up there against the dot. I don't know if y'all can see the dot right there. The bubble is level in the middle. If you look right here on the side, you can see my dot. So now I'm going to draw a straight vertical line. Peel about 12 inches of the backing away from the paper. Apply the paper to the top of the wall. If needed, allow the excess from step 1 to overlap the ceiling. Just hold on 1 second. Is it still on the edge?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
I'll let you do all the next panels. so bad.
You ain't gonna let me. It's fine. I ain't now.
Huh. Start in the middle. Don't start on the side. You finna fucking
I'm finna go ham on that joint.
start in the middle and then you Christmas tree out.
Like this.
Mm-hmm. We got the first panel on.
Look good.
It does look good. I'll admit, it's pretty hard to get that right edge line with the vertical line that you make. But Lex has made a good point. The whole idea is to use that as a guide. And if you don't have super tall ceilings, it's okay because we had this much extra from that first strip. So regardless, even if it's a centimeter off from that, since they give you a lot of playing room, you know, you should be straight. So now we're about to put number 4 up.
And now the objective is to match the patterns.
Now I'm not cutting right in the corner of the wall. I'm going to go back and do that later. I'm leaving a little excess so that way I can get a straight cut later on. So this is on the baseboard, but that's okay.
Ooh la la.
So now we got to do that same process. They said alternating back and forth in the directions.
What would be the reason though for alternating?
Just trying to make sure stuff isn't crooked. What it do, y'all? It's actually 2 days later, and as you can see, we're not done with the wallpaper. Hopefully we can finish it up in a little bit. Now I will say, if you don't have the wallpaper straight up and down vertically, as you align it towards the bottom, you'll get a white strip between the two wallpapers. It's kind of hard to explain, so let me put this on a tripod. Let me let y'all get a close-up, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. You see at the top, there's no space. Apparently it's tilted this way a little bit, because as you come down, you can see the white wall.
Ooh, I like it. It's giving holes in the room.
Let me go ahead and give y'all a clear understanding of what's going on here. Some areas I just couldn't get it right. No matter how many times I adjusted the top and tried to lay it down vertically, I could not get it right. So here we are taking some extra scrap pieces that match the areas we want to mask, so there's no white wall showing. So we took the gray brown and we cut it to match the length of the amount of wall that was showing, and we filled in that space so the wall would not be showing. Now I found it weird that we had to do this, because the first few panels that I put up, I matched them perfectly, but I don't know, somewhere down the line it started to become harder and harder to keep these panels vertical, and a little bit of the wall was showing. So this is what we did to correct it. If you have a better way, put it in the comments, but hey, it works for us. It still looks good and she's satisfied with it. So overall, it's a win-win. It's time to give y'all a final look of how the wallpaper came out. We got the desk back in place. We actually mounted the vanity mirror, and we have the closet shelves back in place as well.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the wallpaper, of course. I'm really going for like a modern glam kind of look, if that's even a term. We have mounted the vanity mirror on the wall, and I really love this whole look of it not being on the desk. I have so much more space to put things. Like I want to put my perfume up here, and maybe, I don't know, but I have so much more space to do things. The chair is from Home Goods. I decided to pair this chair with the wallpaper. So I feel like it's modern, simple, neutral. It's not glam, but it works. I found it for like $100. But everything else is gonna be centered around this wallpaper.
I want to give a little input to putting up the wallpaper. For vents and outlets, I would suggest you take this panel off right here. You know, you just use a flathead screwdriver and then flathead screwdriver for that. And just do your wallpaper over that and then do the cutout. So that way you can get this nice clean look right here. I did not do that for this panel here. And it doesn't look terrible, but if you look closer, you can see along the edges there, it's not a good clean cut. We really didn't mind because it was below the desk. We had extra wallpaper left over. I didn't want to throw it away because, I mean, y'all see it. It's almost $200. Well, with tax and all, it is $200 for this wallpaper. So I took some of the extra and I put it in my office. So here we are in my office. This is the first wall when you walk into the office. The first thing you see when you walk into the office. So I decided to put the leftovers on this wall right here. These two panels don't go together, but I tried to make them line up.
But nobody's gonna know. If you know, don't say nothing.
I mean, it looks fine.
It looks cohesive though. I mean, you really can't even tell. I feel like it brings some contrast to the room instead of it all just being so one-dimensional in one color all the way around. Like it kind of bounces off of the brown that we got going on over here. And all this stuff in this room, which they can't see, none of this stuff is permanent. So we're gonna change out curtains and light fixtures, but you know, everything's a process. So I feel like it looks pretty good, being that it's scraps and it's just on one. He has like an accent wall. So of course, as always, we love for y'all to tell us what you think about something that we've done. Tell us what you think about the wallpaper that we put in the in my freaking closet and the accent wall that Tedrin did. We love feedback. If you don't like it, that's fine. If you do, thank you so much.
If you got some value from the video, go ahead and like the video so that we know that you got value from the video. Drop a comment below on whatever y'all want to see next, any questions you have about the wallpaper. And if you watched this video and you enjoyed it and you've been looking at some more videos of ours, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love for you to become a part of the family, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.